most people who have read the book or who were aware of this project had no idea how involved Norway was in the Second World War. I would say that 9 out of 10 people would say, Norway? What did they have to do with the war? Weren't they neutral? For some reason, all of Scandinavia was neutral. Well, Norway was invaded April 6, 1940. It was ideal for the Nazis in that it wasn't that far from England. It had this grand amount of seawater around it for which the heavy water project could proceed. If you went all the way to the north, it allowed them to get into the back door of Russia in a way, or the front door, however you want to call the door. But they had access to Europe, to England, to Russia, and to their experiments in the heavy water project. They were also very attracted to the Aryans. They wanted to be, the Nazis, that was their dream, to be, to make that northern Germanic tribe be the tribe that ran the world. And so Norway became the ideal place. So that, I think that's very interesting, and that it is just a great coincidence, or maybe they knew that too, that the Norwegians were so tough. You don't find out in the book until the end how much of Norway participated in the resistance, and the great aspect again of the geography was the amount of forest land that surrounded Oslo, that it makes up Norway. And so you find out in about the 3rd or 4th chapter that no matter what the Nazis did as far as flying over Norway, they didn't stand a chance. They could not penetrate through that forest. I mean, that was old forest that there was no way you could see. There's a description of a ridge where a plane wouldn't even know that there was a valley underneath it. And so in a way, this small group of people who were starving towards the end had that kind of confidence that they could do it because they knew the forest so well. They knew how to manipulate their own land, and they were kind of a battered people in a way because they'd been part of Sweden for years and years and didn't become a full-fledged country until 1905 or very early in the 20th century, and had a king who left when the Nazis came, and so it was up to the people to organize and to get arms and to find places for hiding stuff. It was up to them to keep the country going because the Kiesling boys, as is referred to, had sold out and were under the guise of the Nazis, and so it was really the common folk who won the war for Norway.